Welcome, everyone. I want you to stop whatever you are doing right now and just listen. Really listen. Today is not just another day. It is not just a regular Monday, a random Tuesday, or a Friday waiting for the weekend. It is not just a meaningless number on your calendar that you will forget by next month. Today is your reset button. Today is your ultimate chance to wake up and completely, permanently rewrite your story. This is not just a motivational audio that you listen to and then forget. This is a mirror. A mirror that is going to show you the exact, powerful version of yourself that you were always meant to become. I know you have been tired. I know you've been feeling confused, maybe lost. Maybe you feel completely stuck in a loop right now. You wake up, you do the exact same things, you feel the exact same stress, and you go back to sleep. Maybe your mornings feel heavy, rushed, empty. But listen to my voice. Starting from today, that completely changes, because the next 30 minutes of this journey will be the most powerful minutes of your life. So wherever you are, take a deep breath in and let it out. This is your brand new beginning. Let us start. Let us talk about mornings. The brutal truth of this world is that most people completely waste them. They treat the morning like a heavy, terrible burden. The alarm rings, and what is the first thing they do? They hit the snooze button. They literally delay their own lives. They immediately grab their phones. They scroll through social media, staring at other people's fake lives. They complain about waking up. They complain about the weather. They complain about their jobs. But not you. Not anymore. From now on, the morning is your secret weapon. The morning is your ultimate unfair advantage in this life, because when the entire world is still asleep, you rise. When other people are complaining, you are creating. When others are just blindly repeating the exact same mistakes of yesterday, you are actively, intentionally designing your tomorrow. You see, the morning is not just about managing your time. The morning is about your identity. When you win your morning, you absolutely win your life. Have you ever noticed how the tone of your entire day is set in the very first 5 minutes after you open your eyes? If you wake up and immediately feel rushed, your entire day will feel like a race you are losing. If you wake up and feel defeated, you will spend the next 15 hours acting like a victim of your own life. But when you wake up and take control, when you decide that this specific morning is yours, you send a shockwave of power through your nervous system. You are no longer a passenger in your own life. You are the driver. And here is exactly why. Morning is pure, unfiltered mental power. When you wake up, your brain is perfectly clear. It is like a fresh, clean whiteboard. If you immediately fill that whiteboard with stress, overthinking, anxiety, and digital noise, then that chaos becomes your entire day. But if you fiercely protect it, if you fill that whiteboard with silence, clarity, positive energy, and deep purpose, you start becoming a completely different person. One single powerful morning can create 100 days of unstoppable momentum. And that momentum starts right now. Let me ask you a very honest, deeply personal question. Have you ever woken up in the morning and instantly felt like giving up? You opened your eyes, and instead of feeling excitement or power, you just felt a deep, heavy pain. You felt tired of your life. You felt tired of trying so hard. You felt tired of constantly failing and tired of hoping that things will magically get better. You hear the alarm clock ring, and you just want to hide under the blankets. If you feel this way, please listen to me right now. You are not alone. Millions of people wake up with that exact same heaviness every single day. But you must understand something incredibly crucial. That heavy pain you feel in the morning, that quiet, convincing voice inside your head that whispers, "Just go back to sleep. You can start tomorrow. You are too tired today." That voice is not your real identity. That voice is not your weakness. That voice is the enemy. And your very first job every single morning of your life is simple. You must defeat that enemy. What exactly is this enemy? It is not your alarm clock. It is not the dark, cold weather outside your window. It is not your broken dreams, your difficult boss, or your past mistakes. The enemy is the story inside your own mind. It is the negative narrative that says, "I cannot do this today. I am too far behind everyone else. I do not feel like it." This is your real battleground. The true fight for your future is not happening outside in the real world. It is happening inside your head every single morning before your feet even touch the floor. The weak people listen to the enemy. They surrender to the bed. But the strong people, they answer back. How do you win this battle? You do not negotiate with the voice. You get up, you move, you step into immediate action, and you start with your very first physical victory of the day. This brings us to habit number 1. Make your bed like a warrior. I want you to understand that this habit is not about cleaning your room. This is not a boring chore that your parents told you to do. This is about absolute, undeniable control. It is about waking up and instantly taking command of your physical environment. When you make your bed the exact moment you get out of it, you are sending a powerful physical message straight into your nervous system. You are saying to yourself, I control this space. I control this moment. I am not here to be lazy today. I am here to begin with total discipline. It is a very small action, yes, but it creates a massive chain reaction for the rest of your day. Most people wake up and immediately do the first lazy thing they can think of. They snooze the alarm. They lie in bed staring at the ceiling. They scroll on their phone, and they stay in a half-dead mental state for 30 minutes. They actively teach their brain to delay and hesitate. But when you make your bed first, you execute the very first power move of the day. You tell your mind, we do not delay, we do not hesitate. We finish what we start. There's a famous, powerful speech by a United States Navy admiral named William McRaven. He stood in front of thousands of people and said, if you want to change the world, start by making your bed. Why did a tough military commander say that? Because in the military, your first job every morning is to complete a task perfectly. It is not about the bed itself. It is about building the habit of discipline. If you make your bed every morning, you start to believe a new truth about your own identity. You start to deeply believe, I can do hard things. I can complete tasks. I am someone who gets things done, even when I am deeply tired. And think about this. Even if you have a terrible, difficult day where absolutely everything goes wrong, at least when you come back home at night, your bed is made. It is perfectly neat, sharp, and disciplined. It is a quiet, powerful reminder that you did something right today. You started strong. You did not let laziness win. A made bed is a made mind, and a made mind becomes a strong, unbreakable life. Start your day with absolute discipline, and your day will obey you. You cannot drive a powerful, high-performance car with an empty gas tank, and you cannot demand greatness from your body if you do not give it the exact fuel it needs to operate. This brings us to habit number 2. Drink a glass of water like it is fuel for your absolute dream. Think about what your physical body goes through every single night. The very moment you wake up, your body is completely dry, deeply tired, and incredibly thirsty. You have just gone 6 to 8 hours with absolutely no water, no physical movement, and no alertness. Your biological engine is completely empty. But what do most people do? Before they even take a real deep breath, they immediately reach for a massive cup of coffee, or they grab their phone to stimulate their tired brain with artificial light. They try to force their body to wake up through stress and caffeine instead of giving it actual nourishment. But here is the secret of the top 1% of high performers in the world. Before you drink any coffee, before you eat any food, and long before you ever touch your phone, you must drink a full glass of water. And do not just drink it slowly or lazily like it is a boring, meaningless chore. Drink it with deep, undeniable purpose while you are drinking it. I want you to say to yourself in your own mind, this water is my fuel. I am waking up my brain. I am giving pure, clean energy to my focus, my words, and my actions today. This is the beginning of something powerful. People often ignore this habit because it seems too simple. They think success has to be complicated. But science proves this reality. Your brain physically needs water to think clearly. Your muscles absolutely need water to move efficiently. Your mood improves dramatically when you are hydrated. Your motivation hormones like dopamine rise immediately when you combine water and morning sunlight. Skipping this crucial step is exactly like expecting a machine to win a race with zero fuel. Top Olympic athletes and successful CEOs hydrate the second they wake up, because they know that morning fatigue is often just a fake weakness created by severe dehydration. Make this a sacred, unbreakable ritual. Stand tall, take a deep breath, drink your water, and turn the engine of your life firmly on. Once your physical body is awake, you must immediately protect your mental state. This brings us to habit number 3. Start your day with silence, not noise. The outside world will try to completely own your attention the very second you wake up, but if you do not fiercely protect your peace in the morning, you will never hear your own power. What exactly do most people do the moment they open their eyes? They grab their glowing screens. They go straight to their notifications, straight to social media, straight to the opinions, demands, distractions, and loud chaos of the entire world. They let thousands of other voices flood directly into their bedroom. And then they wonder why they feel anxious, heavily tired, and completely unfocused by 9 o'clock in the morning. It is because their day did not start with clarity. It started with overwhelming noise. But the true winners, the people who actually change the world, do something very different. They aggressively protect the first few minutes of their day with absolute silence. Not because they are monks living in a mountain cave, but because they understand a fundamental truth that most people ignore. Silence is where you hear your own truth. Noise is where you forget who you are. Silence gives you mental space. And in that space, you can think clearly, feel your actual emotions, plan your day, and reconnect with your deepest purpose. Without silence, your mind is exactly like a messy, crowded room full of things that do not belong to you. Think about the greatest artists, leaders, and thinkers in history. They all protected their mornings from the noise of the world. Because when you let the world speak first, you lose the chance to hear your own inner voice. How do you do this? It is incredibly simple. Right after you wake up, do not grab your phone. Do not check the news. Do not let someone else's emergency become your morning reality. Do not let someone else's voice become the very first sound you hear. Instead, sit quietly for just 1 to 2 minutes. Breathe. Feel your own heartbeat. Ask yourself one powerful question. What kind of life am I about to create today? In the deep, uninterrupted silence of the morning, you will finally hear your deepest power. Do not let your first moment of the day be someone else's noise. Let it be your own deliberate decision. Here is a universal, undeniable rule of human life. Motion creates emotion. If you wait for energy to suddenly and magically appear in your life, you will wait forever. You will stay weak. You will stay stuck. But if you actively, physically generate energy, you will instantly feel incredibly powerful. This brings us to habit number 4. Do 10 push-ups, even if you absolutely do not want to. Let me be completely and perfectly clear with you right now. This habit has absolutely nothing to do with fitness. It is not about building massive muscles. It is not about losing weight or looking good in the mirror. It is about proving something deeply important to yourself before the day even officially begins. Doing 10 push-ups the moment you wake up is a powerful symbol. It is a physical declaration of war against your own laziness. When you drop to the floor, you are loudly and clearly saying, "My physical body listens to my commands. My lazy, comfortable mind is no longer in control of my life. I do not wait for motivation to arrive. I act first, and the motivation must follow my lead." Even if you are deeply tired, even if your arms feel incredibly heavy, and even if you cannot do a perfect push-up, you do it anyway. Because that exact moment when you force yourself to do what you desperately do not feel like doing is the exact moment you become much stronger than your old self. You are stepping over the barrier of your own excuses. There is a powerful rule of life that high achievers understand. If you do hard things early in the morning, the rest of your day automatically becomes easier. Most people actively avoid effort in the early hours. They want pure comfort first. They want soft pillows, warm blankets, and easy tasks. But comfort is a dangerous trap. Constant comfort makes your brain soft. It makes your discipline weak. It tells your body, "We are just going to be lazy today." But when you start your day with exactly 10 push-ups, you send a completely different message to your nervous system. You are looking at the day and saying, "I choose effort. I choose motion. I choose absolute control." Because of this one small aggressive physical action, you will walk differently today. You will speak more powerfully today. You will look people in the eye with more confidence. Why? Because your brain now views you as someone who successfully tackles hard things first. Now, you might be thinking, what if I physically cannot do 10 push-ups? That is perfectly fine. That is not an excuse to skip this habit. Do 5 push-ups. Do them on your knees. Do 20 fast squats. Do jumping jacks. Run in place for 60 seconds. It truly, honestly does not matter what the specific exercise is. What matters is the sudden shock to your system. What matters is that you move your body with explosive power. If you wait for energy, you will stay in bed forever. But if you generate energy, even with just a few seconds of intense physical movement, you will instantly feel your power return. Do it before your brain has the time to give you 100 logical excuses. Do it before your fear says, maybe later. That very first drop of sweat on your forehead will remind you of a beautiful truth. You do not need to feel strong today. You just need to act strong, and the true strength will naturally, inevitably, come to you. If you do not actively, intentionally speak power into your morning, the world will happily speak doubt into your day. Before the outside world has the chance to fill your mind with fear, before social media tells you what you are not, and before your own past tries to remind you of your failures, you must seize control of the narrative. You cannot leave your mindset unprotected. This brings us to habit number 5. Speak one powerful line every single morning. I want you to understand that this is not just a cute, positive quote that you read on the internet. This is not a fragile wish. This is your daily mental shield. You choose one single, undeniable sentence, and it becomes your absolute weapon and your heavy anchor for the entire day. It could be something like, I am not weak anymore. I am rising from everything that tried to break me, and I am here to become the absolute strongest version of myself. Or it could be as simple, direct, and brutal as, this is my year, and I refuse to waste another single second. You must choose the exact line that perfectly matches your personal fight. And here is the most important part of this habit. You must speak it with your full, strong voice, not a quiet, embarrassed whisper, not a silent thought echoing inside your head. You must speak it out loud. You must force your vocal cords to physically vibrate with the truth of your words. Why is this specific physical action so incredibly life-changing? Because your human brain automatically believes what it hears most often. If you wake up every single day and quietly complain to yourself saying, I cannot do this, I am so tired, I am so unlucky, then your brain immediately starts to build your reality around that exact weakness. It will actively look for reasons for you to feel tired. It will carefully search for excuses for you to fail. It will make sure you stay exactly where you are. But if you wake up, stand incredibly tall, pull your shoulders back, look straight ahead, and loudly declare, I am unbreakable. I am totally focused. I am becoming powerful. Then your brain has no choice but to build your daily actions around that exact power. This is the true science of self-programming. Your daily thoughts quickly become your deep beliefs. Your beliefs become your physical actions. Your actions become your daily habits. Your habits become your true identity. And your identity ultimately creates your entire future. So, I want you to choose your line today. One single, unshakable sentence. Make it clear and make it powerful. Close your eyes and truly, deeply feel the heavy weight of those words. Speak it exactly like you are talking directly to the old, broken version of yourself. The version that used to doubt. The version that used to hide. The version that used to cry, alone in the dark. Tell that old version of yourself, we are completely done being weak. From now on, this is who I am. You have listened to your own fear enough times in this life. Now it is time to finally hear your own strength. The harsh, undeniable reality of life is this. The world will only ever respect you after you finally start respecting yourself. Every single morning, almost all of us stand in the bathroom, turn on the cold water, and look at our reflection in the mirror. But the sad, quiet truth is that most people do not really see themselves. When they look into that glass, what do they focus on? They immediately see their tired eyes. They focus intensely on their physical flaws. They look at their reflection and suddenly remember their past mistakes, their lost confidence, and their deepest, darkest regrets. And instead of offering themselves any grace, they stay completely silent. Or worse, they criticize themselves before the day has even begun. But this next habit changes absolutely everything about how you walk through the world. This brings us to habit number 6. Look in the mirror and talk to yourself with undeniable power. Starting tomorrow morning, you are going to look in that mirror. But you are not going to look with shame, and you are not going to look with doubt. You are going to look with pure, unapologetic courage. You are going to look directly into your own eyes and say, I see you. I know your pain. I know how hard it has been. But I am so incredibly proud of you for showing up again today. This is exactly where true, permanent healing begins. This is where your real transformation starts. Because when you can finally learn to speak to yourself like someone you deeply, unconditionally love, you start to become someone you completely trust. When you look into your own eyes and speak the truth, you violently break the cycle of self-hatred. You connect with your real self, the brave version of you that is still fighting, still trying, and still holding on. Even when life is incredibly heavy, most people spend their entire lives waiting for external validation. They desperately wait for applause from a crowd. They wait for 1,000 likes on the internet. They wait for a boss, a partner, or a friend to call them on the phone and say, "You are enough. I believe in you." But you do not need them. You need you. You need to look in the perfectly clear mirror and honestly say to yourself, you did not quit yesterday, and you are absolutely not going to quit today either. After you wash your face tomorrow morning, do not quickly walk away. Stand right there. Look directly into your own eyes for 5 full seconds. Do not look away. It will feel uncomfortable at first, but do not break eye contact with yourself. Say one real, powerful thing to the person staring back at you. I completely forgive you. You are growing. You have made mistakes in the past, but you are not a mistake. I believe in you. You must repeat this deep, emotional work every single morning until you actually feel it in your bones. This is not just about cheap motivation or feeling good for 5 minutes. This is about building deep, raw, unshakable self-respect. Because building this kind of internal armor creates a shield that the outside world, with all of its opinions and judgments, can never, ever break. Here is a hard, undeniable truth about success that most people spend their entire lives trying to ignore. Your biggest, most beautiful dreams do not actually need more time. They do not need you to wait for the perfect year, the perfect economy, or the perfect mood. They need relentless execution. People constantly lie to themselves. They say, I will start working on my goals when I have more free time. But time is an illusion. You do not need more hours in the day. You need more focus in the hours that you already have. This brings us to habit number 7. Write down exactly 3 things you will do today and finish them every single morning before the loud chaos of your day officially begins. Before your boss calls, before your family needs you, and before the world demands your energy, you must sit down with a pen and paper. You must write down exactly 3 simple but deeply important things that you will complete before you close your eyes and go to sleep tonight. Listen to me carefully. Not 10 things, not 20 impossible tasks that will leave you feeling paralyzed and overwhelmed. Just 3. This is not your regular boring to-do list filled with endless chores like buying groceries or paying a random bill. This is your daily power list. These are the 3 specific, intentional actions that will actually make you feel incredibly proud of yourself tonight when you finally lie down in bed. It could be something like, study 1 full chapter of my course, speak 10 English sentences out loud in front of the mirror, go for a 30-minute walk outside to clear my mind. Keep it incredibly simple, completely clear, and absolutely doable. Why is this specific number 3 so magically important? Because of human psychology. If your brain starts the day with absolute clarity, it will naturally move with confidence and speed. But if your brain starts the day with an overwhelming, messy list of 20 things, it will just run in circles. It will panic. It will choose the easiest, most useless distraction to avoid the stress. Most people do not have a real written plan for their day. They just wake up and blindly react to whatever happens to them. They check their phones, they scroll for an hour, they reply to random messages, and they do small, meaningless things that do not actually move their life forward. At the end of the day, they feel exhausted, but they have accomplished absolutely nothing of value. But when you wake up and write down exactly what matters, you begin the day with deep, undeniable purpose. This one single habit trains your brain to work like a focused, intentional builder instead of a lost, confused wanderer. Instead of wasting energy asking yourself, "What should I do next today?" you already know the exact answer. You are no longer guessing about your future. You are actively executing your plan. When you write those 3 things down on physical paper, your mind starts to take ownership of them. And when you finally take your pen and cross them off your list at night, you start building massive, unbreakable trust in yourself. You look at that paper and you realize a beautiful truth. If I say I will do it, I actually do it. My words have power. Just think about the math. 30 days of this simple habit equals 90 small guaranteed wins, and those 90 wins will give you the one thing you desperately need right now: unstoppable momentum. Get a small notebook today. Write today's date at the very top. Write 3 important actions that will force you to grow. Do them before the day ends, no matter what happens, and firmly tick them off. You do not need to plan the next 5 years of your life perfectly. You just need to plan the next 12 hours with absolute courage. Your mind is exactly like a piece of soft, untouched clay in the very first moments of your day. Whatever touches it first will permanently shape your entire reality for the next 16 hours. This brings us to habit number 8. Unplug from negativity and guard your mind like a sacred temple. I want you to really think about this. The first few minutes of your morning are the most incredibly sensitive, vulnerable part of your entire day. If you wake up and immediately fill your brain with negative news, social media drama, endless political arguments, and mindless scrolling, then your day will instantly feel heavy, unfocused, and emotionally drained. If you open your phone and start comparing your real life to the fake, filtered highlight reels of other people, you have already lost the day. You are literally allowing the outside world to poison your mindset before you even step your foot out of bed. Just like your physical body gets sick, slow, and weak from eating terrible, toxic food, your mental focus gets incredibly weak from consuming toxic information. When you lie in bed, staring at a glowing screen in the dark for 15 minutes, looking at fake lives, stressful videos, and people complaining, that immediately becomes your internal environment. You subconsciously adopt their stress. You adopt their anger. You adopt their anxiety. But if you actively, aggressively unplug from all of that digital noise, you completely change the game. If you choose to feed your mind something powerful, inspiring, or deeply peaceful instead, you start your day like a warrior entering a chaotic battle with thick, unbreakable armor on. This habit is about fiercely guarding your mind from the world's endless chaos. Because the formula of life is very simple, your morning thoughts quickly become your mood. Your mood dictates your daily energy. Your energy drives your physical actions, and your physical actions build your entire life. Therefore, whoever controls your morning thoughts controls your destiny. Do not ever give that control to a social media algorithm. Do not touch your phone for the first 30 minutes of your day. Buy a cheap, physical alarm clock if you have to. Leave the phone charging in a completely different room. If you absolutely must use your device in the morning, use it only for something that actively builds you up. Listen to a powerful motivational voice. Practice speaking your English sentences out loud along with a guide. Read your written goals. And if negative, draining people send you demanding messages in the middle of the night or early in the morning, do not answer them the second you wake up. Protect your own energy first. You cannot pour water from an empty cup, and you cannot help anyone if your mind is already exhausted. Weak, forgettable mornings always begin with distraction. Strong, legendary mornings always begin with deep intention. You are not put on this earth to simply consume the world's cheap noise. You are here to create your own undeniable purpose. Guard your mind like your future depends on it, because, in the end, it truly does. Do not wait to suddenly become confident. That is a trap that keeps millions of people stuck in exactly the same place for decades. Do not wait for confidence to magically fall from the sky. Act exactly like the person who already is confident, and your mind will naturally, inevitably follow your physical lead. Every single morning when you wake up, you face a brutal, undeniable choice. You have exactly two options. You can choose to continue being the exact same, comfortable, tired version of yourself. Or you can actively, aggressively step into the identity of the person you deeply want to be. This brings us to habit number 9. Act exactly like your future self, starting right now. I need you to understand that this habit is not about faking it. It is not about pretending to be someone else or lying to the world. It is about training your human brain to live like the future, successful version of you is already standing here today. Think about that ultimate version of yourself. That future version of you walks into a room with heavy, undeniable confidence. That future version speaks English clearly, powerfully, and without a single drop of shame. That future version finishes important, difficult tasks, does not quit when things get hard, and absolutely never waits for motivation to arrive before taking action. So the big, heavy question you must ask yourself every morning is this: why are you not acting like that exact version today? Most average people wait for their outside situation to completely change before they start acting powerful. They say, when I finally learn perfect English, then I will be confident. When I finally get the dream job, then I will wake up early. But highly successful people completely flip the rules of reality. They say, I am going to act incredibly strong right now, even if my voice shakes, even if I do not feel strong, because that action is exactly how I become strong. This is the psychological secret of identity-based living. Every morning, ask yourself, how would the future, fluent, highly successful version of me move today? What would they do first? And then you do it. You walk, you talk, and you move like your success is already a confirmed fact. You do not attract the life you simply wish for. You attract the exact life you prove you can handle. And once you decide who you are going to be today, you must give that new identity the proper fuel to survive. This brings us to habit number 10. Feed your mind before you feed your mouth. Every single morning, your physical body wakes up hungry. So you naturally go to the kitchen and give it food. You make breakfast, you brew tea, or you pour a cup of coffee. But what about your mind? What exactly do you feed your deep thoughts first? If your mind is not fed properly in the morning, your whole day will be completely starved of focus and driven by cheap distractions. Your mind is your absolute, most powerful tool in this universe. Not your smartphone, not your car, and absolutely not your money. And your mind is incredibly deeply hungry in the early morning. It is actively searching the environment for something to focus on, something to believe in. So before you eat your physical breakfast, you must deliberately feed your brain something that makes you smarter, sharper, stronger, and more focused. You must become the strict master chef of your own mental diet. Choose a powerful 5-minute motivational podcast, read a heavy, inspiring chapter from a great book, or fiercely practice speaking your English sentences out loud in your room. Imagine the immense power of this scenario. You wake up, and instead of blindly scrolling on your phone like everyone else, you sit quietly and do one simple, focused English action. You say out loud to the empty room, "Good morning. Today I will learn. Today I will grow. I am absolutely not afraid of making mistakes." Or you listen to one short, intense English audio for just 5 minutes. Your brain instantly feels completely clear, highly confident, and completely ready to speak. When you finally sit down at the table to eat your physical breakfast, you are not just feeding your empty stomach. You have already fed your brilliant future. The ultimate quality of your day and the ultimate quality of your entire life completely depends on what you intentionally give your brain before the world gives it noise. Please listen to me very carefully right now. I want you to completely absorb this reality. You will never, ever get this exact morning back. You will never get this exact day again in your entire life. Once the sun goes down tonight, this specific opportunity is gone forever. And here is the absolute, unapologetic truth of the world. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to magically pull you out of bed. No one is coming to do the push-ups for you. No one is coming to study your English lessons, and absolutely no one is coming to build your dream life for you. But listen to my voice. You do not need saving. You do not need a hero because you already have everything you need inside of you. You just need to make a firm, undeniable decision. You need to decide, right here and right now, that today is not just another day. Today is the day you finally, permanently stop being the old, tired, defeated version of yourself. You have already lived enough mornings in deep pain. You have already lost way too many days to anxiety and fear. You have already waited long enough for the imaginary perfect time to arrive. There is no perfect time. There is only right now. This is the time. From this exact moment forward, there are absolutely no more weak mornings in your life. No more hitting the snooze button on your own future. No more giving your very first precious thoughts to doubt, fear, and digital distraction. Because you were not put on this earth just to survive your life, pay bills, and comfortably fade away. You are here to build. You are here to build massive, unbreakable discipline. You are here to build physical and mental strength. You are here to build your powerful English voice so you can speak to the entire world without fear. You are here to build a legendary future that you are actually proud of. Every single powerful, inspiring life that you see out there in the world began in the dark. It began with quiet, lonely, early mornings. It began when absolutely no one was watching and no one was clapping. It began with one simple, heavy decision. I absolutely refuse to be the exact same person anymore. And now, today, that powerful decision belongs entirely to you. Do not wait for energy to magically appear. Actively, violently create it. Do not wait for motivation to tap you on the shoulder. Become your own motivation. Do not wait for support from other people. Become your own greatest, loudest support system. Start winning your early mornings, and I promise you, with absolute certainty, you will quickly start winning your entire life. You do not need to feel 100% ready. You just need to rise. If no one in your life believes in you yet, that is perfectly fine. Let their silence and their doubt become your ultimate burning strength. Let this very morning become your great, undeniable turning point. Let today become page 1 of a brand new, beautiful story. Because you were not born to stay tired. You were born to completely transform. So stand up right now, wherever you are. Pull your shoulders back. Take a deep, massive breath in. And say this out loud to yourself with full power. I will not waste this morning. I will not waste this life. I am completely ready. Your completely new life does not start next month. It does not start on January 1st. It starts right now. If this message woke something powerful and undeniable up inside of you today, do not just scroll away and forget about it. Do not go back to sleep and return to the old version of you. Hit the subscribe button right now and join this incredible mission. Commit to your daily discipline, commit to your personal rise, and commit to mastering your English fluency with us. I want you to make a public commitment right now. Tell me in the comments below, which of these 10 habits are you absolutely going to start tomorrow morning? Write it down and claim it. Come back to this exact video every single morning while you drink your water or make your bed. Let this audio be the voice that builds your daily mental armor. Remember, the world does not need another person who simply gave up because it was hard. The world needs you, awake, fully focused, and completely unstoppable. Have an amazing, powerful day and go win your morning.